There's been an increase in the amount of lead being stolen from church roofs in North Yorkshire. 27 churches have been targeted this year in the York Diocese. An emergency meeting is being held in one community tonight to discuss the problem. Ian White reports.
But they've gone up and they've stayed that side first and taken everything off, rolled it up and thrown it over.
Reverend Rob Barker is an angry man. It's not in his nature, but his patience has been tried after thieves caused thousands of pounds worth of damage to St Andrew's Church in Middleton near Pickering. They targeted the church knowing there was valuable lead on the roof.
I mean, how do you feel when you look up there and see that?
I've got to admit I'm angry because the work it will put on other people, you know, and on myself, which deflects me from my true calling. I know it's happening all over the place. I just truly hope to get caught, but there's also a repentant spirit within them.
Rob's church had just undergone extensive renovation work, paid for in large by a donation from the Heritage Lottery Fund. An hour's drive away at St Peter's Church in Brafferton, restoration experts have been removing any lead left behind by thieves.
Over this last year or so, it's approximately 27 churches in the diocese has been hit. This one, obviously, there's about £100,000 worth of damage. Huge problem.
In fact, it's a problem that is already costing the Diocese of York £2.5 million this year. And for the vicar of St Peter's, it's heartbreaking that people would want to steal from a church.
I feel sad for them, if I'm entirely honest, because for them to be in this situation where they are stealing in order to survive or to be part of a bigger group of individuals who are doing this, they must be in a desperate situation.
Churches like St Peter's and St Andrew's that aren't alarmed pay a high insurance premium, and payouts cover only a small fraction of the cost of the damage. Meanwhile, police investigations into the thefts are continuing.
Clearly quite a problem, and Ian White is in Helperby for us tonight. Ian.
Yes, Jeff, good evening. I'm in the village hall, in fact, where there's a public meeting taking place to discuss and try and find out what they can do about this terrible problem. And I'm joined now by the Bishop of Selby, Dr. John Thompson. Bishop John, this is a horrendous problem affecting many of your churches. What can the diocese do to help?
Thanks, Ian. What we tried to do in the first instance is to help the parishes get some roofing on the building to stop any further water ingress. And secondly, to try and help parishes across the diocese to get cameras to, as it were, warn them and the police if there's an attempt on their roof. So those are two very practical things we do, as well as supporting them in trying to fundraise to get the money to repair the existing roof.
We often talk about churches having small congregations, but the fact so many people have turned out here tonight shows just how much they care about their church.
That's true, and I think people are very saddened, angry, and also frustrated that, having had the building fixed up, spent a lot of energy and money on it, and having got a new young vicar in place, this happens and gets in the way of our mission, which is to share the love of God with all people in this area, not to be simply spending our times fixing buildings in tragic circumstances.
I feel I must ask you what your thoughts are about the people who are responsible for carrying out these crimes.
I feel very sad because it looks like they don't appreciate the historic heritage of these buildings, and also these are places of celebration and commemoration in this community, remembrance, Christmas, as well as week by week worship. To find that undermined in this way is really sad. I'm really sad about it too myself.
Can you forgive them for what they've done?
I'm working on it. I'm asking for God's help, and I'm sure other people are trying that as well.
Well, it is certainly a terrible problem. We wish you luck in trying to solve it. And Jeff, you know, this meeting is continuing here. It does look rather lively. Sadly, we're not inside it because it is just too noisy in there. But very, very busy meeting and lots of work to be done.
I'm sure. Ian, thanks very much for that.